My name is Benon Fred TWINAMASIKO. I'll try to be short and brief as I look. But mine is to make sure that much as the other people are propagating what we are calling lies, using the internet and other things, you too can use that same media to propagate the truth. People, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't know Chtone these days. Or someone called Mweruka, something like that, a name that just came up. So why would we always go and use these nice things for the bad things? One time I was in a workshop, and then when they told us to make robots, we Africans were making robots which fight each other. The whites were making robots which were looking nice. So what I'm going to do is to show you just briefly how you can use the internet, the social media to market your farms. How can you use your mobile phone? You can go in a garden, you take a photograph, you share it with people and say, this is how far my cabbages are. And the gentleman was saying he doesn't want to use technology. You are dealing with technology. As a scientist, you should also encourage us to use technology. Because when I gave him this, he said, these technologies, but he's able to pick a small bead out of a bunch of them, and then he uses it to improve the kalombolombo, but he doesn't want to use this to point and tell us this is this. It's an attitude, and until when we change an attitude as farmers, we shall never do anything. I could have had a lot of things to talk about, but we are hungry, including me. Soon my lips will be dry and white. So we can use these social media things to do, we can celebrate our farm, our agriculture, we can keep up with the community and the like. So how do you do it? The old ones, like my mosaic here, you don't need to hustle with your phone. Your farm could have educated your children. And the only thing you need to know is to tell your child, they told me that I can share my garden on the internet and people see it. What about that? They will go and research. Everything is on the internet. Internet is not for bad things, for Chtone or things you hear. It is for the good things. Everything you'll find it there. And as you can see, so there are a couple of them. You have Facebook. These days you see those Facebook things coming on TV when people are discussing. You have Dig. It almost sounds like digging. I will show you YouTube, where you can take a small video, you put it on YouTube, and everyone in the world, including people in America, be able to see your farm, be able to see you digging. And if you have a small trick that you normally cut out, like the way you were saying that you put urine and ash in the place, maybe you can also show other people by using a small video. So all this, we call them social network. Social is society, social things that bind us together. When you make them come to everybody, we say social network. It's nothing special or nothing too much of technical about them. These are too many of them. Most of you have used either Facebook. Some of you have emails, and these emails are also on your mobile phones. And it's a lot of it. I don't want to dwell on it. Arthur is a bit impatient. And as we wait for his people to finish up the report or the resolution, we have, this is Twitter. Okay, this is the advantage. When you call somebody, the feeling you get when you say hello, like when you call your grandsons or daughters, and they say, Mose, are you okay? You feel that feeling of, I've talked to them. Similarly, when you take a photograph of your garden, of your maize, and you send it to people, when they make comments, you feel good. They will say, you have nice maize, I've booked it, I'll come and check it out. And so they are free for now. To get an email account is free on Yahoo or Gmail. To get an account on Facebook is free. You only need a phone and a bundle. You don't need much of this. So why shouldn't we use these free things to share the successes you have with other people because it goes to everybody at once. When you send an SMS to somebody, it goes. When you send a post of a photo on Facebook, it goes there and then, and you get comments out of it. So I will just show you one man who is a Musungu. He's taking a selfie. A selfie, for those of you who don't know, I can't take it and show you, but I will do one just to demonstrate. You get your camera, it could be a camera like mine, or you could be having the one on phone, and you do this. They are shiny on the front, so you're able to see yourself in the shiny things, and you take. And I've taken a photo when I'm talking now, so I can just show you how I look like in a selfie. Those of you who are near are able to see me of how I look like. I took my photo. So you do not need, when you are digging there in the garden, you get your phone and you see these are my plantations, they look nice. I could have had a lot to share with you, but let me now show you one thing. Everyone has a perspective and opinion on anything. Someone will say biotechnology is bad, another one will say it is good, things are not tested, another one will say they are tested. For me, I do not eat to test food, because what I want from food is not the taste and the sweetness. It is my body to be healthy. Even if you said you put it in something and put it in my stomach and I grow, I wouldn't care. So if they are going to give me a banana that will make me healthy with some other vitamins in it, why should I care what is in my mouth? Those of you who take warrage, how does it taste? What does it give you when you... Others even do... But once it makes him dizzy and sleep in the night, he's comfortable. So, as you can see these two people, the other one on this side is saying, these are 4, and they are 4. If you look at it, he counts, he sees 4 things. The other one on the other side is saying, there are 3. And he has his opinion, and he's right in his own way. They are all comfortable, they will fight. That's why the scientists say, we're going to be in the labs and do our stuff. The MP says we shall discuss it by whatever law. So it is all about our perspective. Me who doesn't care about how something tastes, I will eat my thing as long as the banana is very big. You who want sweet things, you want in Tununtun which are very small. And then you spend time collecting about 100 of them. And then you chew them as small they are, you are not even comfortable. But before I move on, I want to make one comment. In the last meeting I met when I had to meet the authors and the rest. One biotechnologist explained something that maybe you may need to hear, and those who are here can correct me if I'm wrong. He told us that when you make a biotechnology seed and you plant it, then it gets infected. Well, it gets disturbed by other plants around. For example, maize. Maize, when you plant it, pollen comes from other places. And when you harvest it, if you use the same seed to another place, your seed is now a bit contaminated with your neighboring plants. So the yield from it will not be the best, like it was for the first. Similarly, if you were to buy something good, you would be able to first go and get other seeds which are fresh, but the ones from your own yield will have a reduced contamination. Anyone who can solve this puzzle? Okay, I just want to show you something on YouTube. I did a Christmas message just to show you that you as a farmer, you can do it. I know all of you who are old have children at university. And they have these computers. You do not need a lot of technology. Once you tell them, someone met us, did A, B, C, D, they will be able to do it for you. So I'm going to open this video. It's a small video about me saying, telling people to wishing them a Merry Christmas. I will try to put sound, although it may not be good. the internet. Anyone in the world can see it. You can see how many people have seen your video. You do not need to worry. So you can go in your farm, your child gets your simple camera and then grabs you, you talk your things, you say, I have my nice farm, people come and visit my farm, the cabbages are good, you see them here, and then your kid will edit the video, put it on YouTube, and then everyone will see your product. This is one of the social media. Those of you who watch other TVs, NTV, NBS, or UBC, all of them got YouTube channels, free of charge. Their programs are there, and everything is on them. So my role here was to show you exactly, but if you just give me more 1 minute, I will show you how far the other people in the other world have gone in terms of the technology. Just if you allow me to I will try to put you off because they call it privacy. In the meantime, as it opens, we could have shared too much, but I'm hungry. If you can hear I normally talk energetically, but you can hear my voice is not that nice because of the hunger. But I want to show you how you can have a tractor which does not have a person to drive it. Yes, it's not, I am not giving you something just for the sake of, but I will show you. I'm sure I should have done this before coming here. Nevertheless, I like your allowing me to do this. No, I've removed it to give myself a chance of, I didn't want you to see me fidgeting around and then you tell your children that I was also looking for things not seen. I will show you that using technologies like satellites, you can have a tractor that does not have anyone driving it. But what they do in the laboratory, I'll show you one sprayer and how they do it first in the laboratory. And this one is called precise agriculture. You do not waste anything. You use exactly what you are supposed to be using. So the computer also is a bit tired and hungry probably. But in technology, if you are going to use technology, there is patience. That's why he goes home late and he has to explain to the wife the bricks in her body. So this is a tractor which has no body. It has no one inside. It moves on its own. And if you look here, there is no one on the driving seat and there is no one touching the steering. But actually it is using the antennas, aerials, to communicate with the GPS satellites. So as you are struggling here to dig your small gardens, you are competing with people who are already having a lot of things doing things for them. The things you are seeing here, the white things you saw are separators, just to make sure that, to see whether it follows that line. Just one which can apply to us. This is in the lab. Most of you spray pesticides, and it is hard to spray pesticides and you are busy spraying. This is in the lab. They are trying to do what they are doing. So these are plants which you will be spraying later. The tractor will be spraying. We know that pesticides always go on fresh parts. where the things are coming out. So if you are spraying, you will just go, if you put somebody to spray for you, they will go just pour it everywhere. But this one has a sensor here, which will see where it is more green, and that's why it will spray, because that's where the pesticides will be. They live there. They do not go where it is dry. They go where it is green, and they eat from there. Last one, so that I give way to my boss, because he's on my case. Oh, I may not say the last one. I may keep saying the last one, and then we move on. Some of you have big plantations of maize, coffee, and to walk through them, it is very risky, especially the women. At least I have an experience of my home area where we grow sorghum. To go through a sorghum plantation, you find all these big men who are lost in the woods. You might find them hiding there. So you have heard of drones. You have heard of drones which drop bombs. But these are drones which are used for the good purpose. They are drones which are now being used, chameleon and pepper pool, and they are, you see, now view every day, the video is shot from above. It's because of these drones here. You can also use a drone to check out your garden. So you make it fly above, it goes film in your garden, and then when it has gone all over the garden, you come and watch the video. So you say, on the other corner, it's flooded. There is a valley there, and the water collected there, and the whole place is dry. You cannot go through 10 acres of a garden, can you? No. So lastly, then I let go. Because I showed you spraying in the laboratory, you need to see it with your eyes. This tractor is spraying and has nobody inside. It only has these antennas here, nobody is here. When it reaches a separator, there is a separator here. This is grass, these are crops. All nozzles go off. All the nozzles oozing out the pesticide or fertilizer, whatever you're doing, they go at this line here. They are all going off in a systematic way. And when it reaches on this other side, because this is grass, this is another field like either nuts or beans, the nozzles are coming on again. See? They are starting to spray on the line. If you were the one to do it, to go starting spraying and you are running around, this is what is going to happen. If you are going to be the one to do it, because most of us do it this way. This is how you do it, and see how much time you take before you raise your hands, because the separator is around here. See, you raise the hands there, then you start spraying here. When all this part is going to be spoiled. At least time can't be enough, and we are both hungry, so I beg to stop here. Thank you very much.
That's a good intervention, and it is meant to show you that we should not fear technology. Technology, whereas we are here trying to understand what the science are doing, people in other countries have moved a long mile away from us. So we should embrace technology. Let's clap for the professor for sharing with us. I think he just lacked enough time. The time is very limited. So we hope that next time we put him on the program early, and he brings us new good examples, especially those from other African countries, because these ones seem to be a little bit far out from us, but that's what is happening elsewhere. So let's go in the last bit. Any problem? Okay. Yeah, so this one is a brief one. I would assume now we have come to the end of our meeting. Of course, we appreciate everyone's patience. We just wanted to move out of here at once. And then those who want to travel will travel. So we are going to go through some of the key points which came from the discussion and which will form our document, which we shall see where to put it. Okay.
Thank you, fellow participants and our dear guest of honors. I'm Juliet Natkunda from Barara, aspiring woman MP there. And this is a summary of what we talked about. And actually there are action points to our leaders. You know, Ugandans, we are tired of you policymakers making a lot of policies which can never be implemented. So these are our action points. We said, leaders, we want you to explain the biotechnology and biosafety bill, the public, so that it is understood clearly. Then sensitize the public more on the benefits of biotechnology and how it can be used to address some of the challenges farmers are facing, such as cassava brown streak virus and banana bacterial wilt. Then pass the biotechnology and biosafety bill into law to allow for the regulation of genetically modified products that could be on the market and those under currently research. Then encourage scientists to go down the grassroots and track the value chain up to the market. Thank you. Then have a forum for farmers in form of farmer desks right from the villages, and involve farmer leaders in the new nuts program, put more funding into agricultural sector, encourage farmers to read and understand the bill, then tell government to regulate the exportation of foods. Put in place demonstration farms of genetically modified crops in the different regions of the country, especially the grassroots. And lastly, explain why the biotechnology and biosafety bill is taking long to be passed. Thank you. I hope those are the points we discussed.
So is everything you want us correct? They are all correct. Yes. So let's come for this team. So now,
is the hand for correction? Okay. You make the correction.
Thank you very much. My correction, as I was representing my issues, I thought maybe I presented many points and some left out. I proposed the encouragement of irrigation schemes to most areas which are nearby the water source, for example, Sindiro, which is bordering with river culture. Again, the setup of the factories, because I'm giving an example whereby in Western Uganda they have set up a banana processing unit in Osheni. When you consider the banana production of Isingiro district, where it produces more than 130 lorries a day.
So you see, the location of the factory in Osheni was not there.
Okay, I think it is noted. Location of interventions, like add value addition, which come from government, should be located in the places which are specializing and excelling in that crop. Yeah, so, but of course the factory of change may not now easily be shifted. The people of the factory may have to incur the cost of transporting Matoke from Sindiro, wherever it is. Actually, it is meant to serve the whole region. And the Sindiro is not very far from Busheni. So that's the detail which will not be captured as the Sindiro and Busheni, but we shall talk about location of factory. If it is for cassava, it should be in an area, maybe in Serere or where they grow. So there is a lot of supply. Where it is for oranges, should also be in a strategic place where they grow also especially if it's
government intervention. If it is private sector, of course, the investor takes
decision on where he wants his factory to be located. Let's come to the end of this meeting, and I would like us, I don't know what criteria we shall have, but I would like to one of your representatives to say
something. Then we have our Honorable of
Parliament who opened this meeting.
Since he has played, I don't know,
these people of technology.
since he has done something very rare from the politicians, something very rare actually. It is the first time. Let's clap for him. Open the meeting. Open a meeting. You stay there. You participate. And now you have the honor and privilege to close it. This is the first one. This commitment is very rare.
So they are going to pray for you. That's what they have said. So that you get it. That you get it again. Then we shall also pray for the aspiring lady from Barara. Also to get it. Yeah. So I would like us to have one of the farmers say something. The way you are supporting the Musei from Serere, I hope you could again say Musei. You say something on our behalf. Musei is supported. So Musei, you say something on behalf of the farmers, then you close our meeting.
Let me come through.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yes. I thank you for all your support. And I think there's something ahead of me that will come from you. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for having resisted the hours. I know it is a hot time. It is difficult to stay awake and get all these very important points. So I would like to thank even the presenters, the researchers, our honorable guests of honor, our Musei, Henry Mutabikitiro, who have all contributed to lively discussions and presentations. If their presentations were not lively, I'm sure some of us will be going back with dimples either on the face or on the heads for boredom. But they did a very good job. Let's clap first for them. Then I would like to thank you for having come, and I hope we have all taken some notes. Because as you see, there was no distribution of materials to us to take. But it was incumbent upon us to make note of something that you heard about and what you saw. And that makes us even understand what we came here for better. Especially if you write something, it is what you write that you understand better. And I would like to appeal to all of you, my brothers and sisters, my children, to be very, very active in this process. I have had interface with Cypher for quite a bit of time. Last time we met again at Imperial Hotel, and then we went for field excursion at Namronge, where we literally saw the fields that had infected plants, the fields that had healthy plants, as you were shown here, but for us we saw in the fields. Now, this is what is important. For some of you who live within the greater Kampala, you can go to Namronge and be shown these fields and get some more information. So, I do not want to take a lot of your time, but I would like to appeal particularly to our parliamentarians, our representatives, to take these points that we have already voiced out in the interest of the people, in the interest of this country, because
we need this bill passed as quickly as possible so that we can catch pace with our neighbors who are already producing. And they are producing in large quantities. And once they produce this large production, where do they sell to? They sell to areas where there is no production. And the low area, this will be a depression for us. And they will sell everything here. Because you do not have anything to eat, you will be eating the GMOs that will be grown by the neighboring countries. So why don't we now just join you and say, if we are defeated, let's join the hands and produce GMOs so that we are not left behind. We are not, people don't come and make a living out of us. So then lastly, I would like to wish everybody a very, very safe journey. Those who are living today, I know I was planning to go today, but Sarara is far. From Sorota again is another 30 miles southwest of Sorota. So anyway, I wish you all a very, very safe journey. When you reach home, greet your families, and we'll continue praying for one another. You have seen my weapon, this is my weapon. I will with it. Thank you very much. God bless all of us.
You invite. Yes, you invite.
I have the prerogative again to invite you, a very, very important person. I've never invited such a high-ranking official. But I have the honor to come and close this August house.
Thank you very much, my Muzei. In fact, it's our Muzei. Once again, please join me to thank the organizers, CFOD. What I can say, the workshop has been successful, really wonderful. Again, I would like to thank you, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, for your participation, and most especially being calm and very, very instrumental with very, very fundamental questions and guidance. Thank you very much. Also, join me to thank our presenters, Dr. Arinaitwe, together with Dr. Titus. Your presentations have been so instrumental, because these are some of the issues even we members of parliament we've been actually addressing. But when you say member of parliament remaining up to this time, that implies that the presentations have been very, very successful. Otherwise, thanks very much. Again, I would like to thank my honorable colleague, Honorable Henry Kitio. Thank you for the wonderful work. In fact, Honorable Kitio is one of the participants who have played a fundamental role from the beginning to make sure that this bill is brought on board. Some of these programs are being sensitized, so we are so grateful. And now what I'd like to assure you members, ladies and gentlemen, is that now the ball is left on our side with parliamentarians. And I'd like to inform the journalists around, I think you've heard, the farmers across the country have resolved we pass the bill. So again, I call upon you, the farmers, to oblige your respective members of parliament to make sure when we start debating this bill, they make sure it's enacted into law. And I'm so happy that the organizers of this forum, they've identified people who matter from different districts. In fact, I was even gauging the level and the standard of the argument. And actually I was very, very surprised and so grateful. Otherwise, as I wind up, I'd like to affirm once again, as a Committee on Science and Technology, we are fully committed making sure this bill is enacted into law. So I wish you a safe journey home. I wish you a year to work hard. I wish you a year of success and a year of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to adjourn this workshop. God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable. I think we'll give him another one. Start and close what he has opened. Now these are just announcements. Though there is still something we will not properly conclude. I think it skipped my mind how these points, where they going to go and how they go there. We intend that we shall package it properly, but also today, as you're having lunch, the sheet will pass around where you sign to affirm that you've been part of this meeting and agree to the points which have been raised. Then we think that after the parliamentarians have come from Changwazi, we should have a small team represented by you, which we shall call again here to Kampala. That's the week after next week. With his guidance, with Honorable Chitio's guidance, we take it to where? Do we take it to the speaker? Do we take it to the committee? Do we take it where? That's what I want us to agree. So we go with a good way forward. So where should it go? Honorable, where should this resolution go? They are going to sign it. They are going to endorse it. We've found with the points you've raised. Where should it go? Should it come to your committee? Should it go beyond?
Thank you very much. That team which will take our resolutions will take the resolutions to the speaker in the presence of the chairman of science and technology.
It means he has agreed. And how do you advise? How do we select the 10 people from you to join us?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Since you can just pass the bill of marriage and divorce bill,
yes. Yeah, normally when we go to Changwazi, we tackle every sector. So you are giving me the obligation. And I'm so happy that all these resolutions, I'm going to first even present them where? In Changwazi. And the good thing, we are going to be there in big numbers as members of parliament. And as the ruling party in NRM, definitely we have to come up with a unanimous consensus. And it's very good that you're representing a wider forum across the country, but fingers crossed.
So you will find a slot if we ask to say a point of national importance. You can raise your hand for a point of national importance in Changwazi, then you read our petition. And we shall duplicate, give you copies to give colleagues so that it is discussed. Yeah. That's one stage. The second stage is what we have talked about. Maybe we can do it in-house, but if someone has advice, how can we get the 10 people from you? Or we use the method we used, select you, and have 10 people representing you, at least. We cannot have all of you again at Parliament, but we shall keep in touch with you. Then have a resolution, reach the Speaker in the presence of the Chair. Does anyone have any defining idea? Or we are giving the honors to us to identify 10 representative of all the regions now from you. We are not going to pick from one side. The way you come from all different regions, they are going to pick at least one person from there, and Mzee will be one of them. Thank you so much. So now we are going to go out for our lunch.